This in one stroke. Duet.
Hey, Pretentious Engineer here. I know you didn't ask, but I've always thought that these kinds of puzzles are a poor indication of intelligence. I think anyone can really do those over time. I think where you see, more steps towards intelligence is being able to navigate controlled risks and understand when you're taking a strategic risk and how to move forward from that. So, simple example here, like my daughter's only one, but she has a natural intuition towards climbing stairs and towards climbing ladders. And we have this ladder into a loft, and we keep the door closed and we don't let her go there on her own, obviously, because if she fell backwards, she would fall backwards and she could get very, very hurt. But what I think is interesting is seeing her solve the problem, right? She approaches the ladder, she's got her little cup, and she's deciding, like, how do I take my next step? Am I comfortable here? She takes time to assess. Like, a simple brain teaser puzzle like the previous thing isn't really showing whether or not you can actually think within the confines of the world you live in and then challenge the boundaries and take your next step. So, application for you in your world, a lot of times people try to put us into different boxes or different roles. For instance, I've worked as a design engineer and a robotics controls engineer and a systems engineer. And across all those roles, I was often perceived as like not being technical or not being enough of an engineer. And in reality, I was trying to solve problems that weren't necessarily simple. I was working in really ambiguous problem spaces across a wide range of people. So while some engineers would be able, to sit in a cube and do some tolerance stacks or do some design work, which is all essential and important, I had to spend about 80% of my time communicating around different people to figure out what's the right thing we should even be making. So when it comes to adaptive problem solving, think about the industry you're in, wherever you're at, even if your industry is Chipotle and you're rolling burritos, and understand where the bounds of safety are within your role and within your workplace, and how you can challenge or press forward against those, how you can take strategic risks in your career in order to try new things and to do things a little bit different. But it's ultimately going to develop a deeper skill set in you. Eventually, you're going to be able to climb ladders like my precious little baby right here. And eventually, you'll be able to climb ladders unsupervised without someone's hand on your back. But initially, you're going to need a guide. You're going to need somebody who's walked the path before you, somebody who's capable that you can glean from, and somebody who's ultimately supportive but willing to pull their hand off your back a little bit so that you can experience the tension of the life you live. So may that be encouragement to you. Keep pressing forward in your own unique learning journey. Continue to challenge the assumptions of the world around you and have a little bit of fun along the way. And eventually, you'll be as smart as my baby girl. And you can sip on that, friend.